got under it a bit, looking for Lester Ross, and he's found him. Yes, Motley pushed it out of his hands, but Lester Ross has taken the mark on the half-forward line, and there's only 2 kicks the difference with 8 minutes to go.
And Mick Rivers is coming off, and Peter Judd is coming on.
Yes, Mick Rivers, he had a touch of cramp, I think Claire noticed him early. A kick from Lester Ross, up to the teeth of goal. Roberts in there, he can't mark it. Comes down off hand, White breaks his there, shoots a goal, it's a goal, and there's 1 kick the difference. What a magnificent game this is, and that's White's 3rd game, her 3rd goal for the game, and Port Adelaide now leading 15-10 to South 14-10, and once mind must go back to last year where South were leading comfortably here in the 2nd semi-final, looked to have it all to the world one, and Port came up and won. There's Alan White who's just kicked his 3rd goal, and listen to the crowd roar as there's 1 straight kick the difference.
Cancilla coming on the ball, Judd going to full forward. There's the bounce, Cancilla in there, gets the knock, gets the ball, falls to the ground with it, handballs away to Curley. Curley puts out right into attack, looking for Peter Judd. Judd almost pulled it down, couldn't do so. Fabian breaks it away, back to the centre of the ground, South players there. However, it's the Port player that comes through and races away with it. Mead it was, and it goes right up there, comes down off hands to Dick Jackson. Jackson's kick over here looking for Whitford. Players get right over that ball. Whitford leads in the race for it, can't pick it up, does so now. It's grabbed, pulled off the ball, too high. Oh, he's very lucky opening shot. Bob Fabian comes through now, handballs quickly to Johnny Cale. Cale 14 on your screen. There goes Cale's kick right up here. Bob Smith couldn't pull it down. Dick Jackson there. Handballs to Whitford. Whitford goes for a 1, and it goes to Alfie Skewes. Skewes turns, Hawks onto Howlett. Howlett runs straight into trouble. Once again, this short passing. Here again, Pascoe racing in there. Handballs quickly. Munches comes through. Can't do anything with it. Motley comes through, runs into Curley. Right across here now, Bob Schmidt comes through. Here goes Schmidt, short pass. Right to Lester Ross. Right to Lester Ross.
A free has been given by umpire Cunningham to a Port player just as Alskis was going towards the goal. Crowd not very happy about it, but that's the way it is. You can see coming up to 6 minutes left in this game, and Bob Fabian taking a free kick from the back pocket. The score, Port 100 points leading South 94. Here it comes out. Mal Whitford, a beautiful mark. I was just thinking, what will South say if they lose? Will they say, Mal Whitford, you shouldn't have done that short pass? But there was a good bit of play by Whitford, and it comes to 21, Lester Ross, the man who kicks round corners. And look at the crowd go mad. Lester Ross, as I said, the man who kicked round corners, there he is. He certainly kicked round corners then. And Lester Ross has kicked 3 goals. And let's come to the point, shall we? The scores are level.
I think I must tell the people listening at home, if they hear some shouting, it's Ian Day. He's just about lost his voice. Cancilla in there gets a mighty knock. Goes straight to Jeffrey Potter for Port Adelaide. Potter being a wonderful player today. Dick Jackson sets himself, pulls one down. Dick Jackson going back now. He's been a rock of Gibraltar in defence for South Adelaide today. There goes his kick right across looking for Curley. He's found him. Curley, I think, was going to play on. He was looking for that lead. He wisely stood his ground, just put his arms in the air. There he is now. What a great player he's been to. Here's Curley's kick right across the centre of the ground, looking for big Brian Roberts. Play it on, says the umpire. Jeff Potter clears it away once again. Back to the centre of the ground it goes, and it comes down off hands. Both boys out there. What a long way out he is at the moment. There's his left foot kick. Stewart couldn't pick it up. Bit of interference there. Mead. Handballs quickly on. Right up here to the forward line. And Durbridge is thrown to the ground. Couldn't pull it down. They're battling for it at the moment. The umpire's got to come in and bounce this one.
Yes, this is magnificent. And umpire Cunningham will bounce the ball with 4.5 minutes to go. Nearly 15 yards out in front of the Port goal. Scores are level. Cancilla in ruck with Phil. Down it comes. Disappears. Comes out again. Butcher. Listen to that crowd roar. Comes out to centre half forward. And Beaufoy brings down a very timely one-handed mark. And Beaufoy is on the half forward left position. His kick, not a bad drop kick, comes up the crowd. Big men fly and someone's taken the mark by the look of this. No, he's taken it away. And from Big Steve Traynor. No, he hasn't. He's given it to him, of course. And the The mark will be taken by Steve Traynor, 45 to 50 yards out. He certainly got the distance. He certainly got the direction. And once again with this magnificent Port come back. Port go to a 6-point lead. Steve Traynor has kicked his 4th goal. And as I said, the scores: Port 106 leading South 100.
Once again, Port showing their tremendous fighting courage, and I've recovered sufficiently enough to broadcast again as they are one kick the difference in a magnificent game. Roberts and Phil. Roberts gets the tap down as Juice. Juice onto his left foot, but he's kicked it out on the wing. There's only 3 minutes to go, and South want to go directly home if they've got a chance to kick this 1 goal that's needed. What a tremendous game. Players very tired, but throwing their very last ounce into it for their clubs. Roberts gets the tap down over to Whitford. Whitford overruns it. Whit comes in, he's caught. Gets his left foot onto the ball across to the centre of the ground. Gill's in there. Fisted over to Plungers. Plungers gets it. Gets onto his left foot. Up towards Phil Howlett. Phil Howlett pushes it in front of him. Potter breaks his way through. He's holding the ball. Play on, says umpire Cunningham. He was holding the ball almost as Plungers breaks clear again. Up Fabian. Fabian lies on the ball. White comes in. He's still got a chance. Over towards Whitford. Whitford's clear if he can do it. Gets it onto his right foot. Up to the tee, the goal. Cantella's in there. Comes down off hand. Back over the charge. Gets his left foot to the boot. Ball. Oh, it's gone over the line. And I can't breathe hardly. And there's who's that down on the ground?
That's Pascoe.
And that's a point to South Adelaide. That's still one kick the difference. And a chance there thrown away by South.
Yes, it was Pascoe who kicked the behind, Ian. The score going to 106 Port, 101 South, with 2.5 minutes left to play in this magnificent second semi-final, reminiscent of last year's second semi-final, in which Ian, of course, played, in which Port won by a single point. There's the kick-off from Ellaway, comes out, massive players, 3 Port Adelaide players in opposition to Roberts. It is 5. Ashley McKay from Port Adelaide came on as a reserve a few minutes ago when Trevor Ops came on and pretty obviously must be having a run on the ball in his place. Kicks it out of bounds. Ball will be thrown in. There's Big Roberts, who's played a magnificent game for South Adelaide. Curley is in a supporting role there at the back. There it is, Bob Philp down to Al Skuse, looks for the goals. He's gone in the general direction now. And David Cantilla, as he's playing it on, comes out to White. White sends it on down to Pascoe. Pascoe trying to steady himself, and he'd be a hero. And he's done it. Pascoe has kicked a goal for South Adelaide, and South Adelaide hits the front. South Adelaide is 1 point clear. South Adelaide 107 points, Port Adelaide 106. The hero if South win will be Pascoe. Pascoe started at centre for South Adelaide, was sent out onto the half-forward flank, and has now kicked the goal that has put South 1 point ahead with about a minute and a half to go.
Roberts in there, Philp in there too. Roberts gets the tap down. Curley in there, Plungers turns, gets his kick. As there's been a free, it's going South Adelaide's way.
Hayes is coming on. Neville
Hayes is coming on. I don't see who's come off. No, it's Salmon has just come off down at the scoreboard end. Plungers to take this free for South Adelaide. They lead by a point. There goes his kick right down. There's a massive players there. But Brian Roberts has pulled it down. Cantilla flew, Brian Roberts flew. What a wonderful game of football, no matter which way this game goes now. What a fantastic game this has been. Port Adelaide and South Adelaide out there giving their absolute hearts for their clubs. Here's Roberts. It's a shocking kick. But there's a lot of South Adelaide players down there, including Cantilla. Backlund there too. However, it's Lester Ross once again on his left foot. Goes to his counterpart, 21 for Port Adelaide, Jeffrey Potter. Potter's kick going right out the centre of the wing. Dennis Eric couldn't pull it down. South Adelaide right into it. Port Adelaide into it also. There's less than a minute to play. Bob Jervis.
Yes, a minute to play. South Adelaide 1 point ahead after Markview being 17 points down at three-quarter time. There's Big Roberts. Philp for Port Adelaide is 13. Roberts goes up, gets the knock down to Neville Hayes has just come on instead of Salmon. But a very clearing, a very timely mark has been taken by Stewart, even though he ran into Beaufoy as he took the mark. There's Beaufoy, the other man in that quite innocent bit of byplay. I don't think Beaufoy fouled him or anything. The important thing is that Stewart has been given the mark and will take his kick almost exactly on the centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. There goes the clock ticking away. Let's watch Stewart's kick. It's a punt, comes in, Howlett flies, almost brings it down, comes down to Jeff Potter. Potter's kick is marked by Mead. Mead sets sail. It is Neil Curley, who else, who holds them up. The ball is marked by Helix on the other end of the cricket pitch. His kick is a high one, comes into centre half forward of absolute massive players. As Mead breaks clear, is tackled by Schmidt, comes down, and a free kick has been given
3 seconds
to
to go.
Port Adelaide with 3 seconds to go.
Well, they're either going to win it by 5 points or it's going out of bounds. There's 1 point the difference, 107 to South, 106 to Port Adelaide. And here's the player, Mead to take his kick. He's 55 to 60 yards out. I don't think he can get the distance. He got a goal. He's got a goal and they've won it. Port Adelaide have won this game. That went through. Port Adelaide have won by 5 points. What a fantastic finish to this game. Yes, from the result of that free, Lee got his kick. There were players everywhere.